Hello and welcome to a session of Dark Souls PvP with me doing a build showcase. Now, this build I like to call the Iron Lion due to the fact that it uses the Leo Ring and Iron Flesh. Now right here you see all my stats, you see the weapons and stuff that I'm using. I'm also actually going to be using the pike and using Power Within in this build. Yeah, fun stuff. Now, before I get into the commentary, the good things and the bad things with this build and all of that, I actually have to thank Martyr's Brigade for this idea. On one of his more recent videos, he mentioned wanting to make a build that used the Leo Ring and the Red Tear Stone Ring. So I wanted to test it out because, you know, it sounds fun. And in theory, it's a good idea, in my personal opinion. This is just all my opinion right here. In theory, it's a good idea, but in practice, it's really not. Because with the Leo Ring, pretty much you want to be trading hits with the person you're fighting so you can get a counterattack. Well, that's good and all, but with the Red Tear Stone Ring, you have to have, I believe it's under 20% of your total health. Now, the problem with that, and trying to use that with the Leo Ring, is that when you are doing it and you're trading hits with the person, yeah, you're going to be doing massive amounts of damage, but you're trading hits with them. And that's not good if you're under 20% of your total health. So, I decided after doing that build to change it up a little bit, put on the Iron Boar Helm just because I wanted to, put in Iron Flesh, and this is what came out. It's at level 125, as you saw before. You can go back and look at the stats if you want. And I'm using Iron Flesh and Power Within, because Power Within, the Red Tear Stone Ring, close enough. Now, what I love about Iron Flesh, kinda can't see it on that guy because for some reason it fails on the Great Lord Greatsword, but you can see it on the host right here. His attacks are deflecting off of my Iron Flesh. So I get bonus damage if I hit him when his attacks are deflected. So I invade the same host again. He's not using his Dragon Headstone this time. And ends the same way pretty much. So, getting some good damage. His attacks are still deflecting on my Iron Flesh. He hasn't learned yet. I guess it doesn't work on the Gargoyle's Halberd either. But either way, they both got taken care of. So, I'm going to start with the negatives for this build. One, what's the way to say this? I hate mages, casters, sorcerers, clerics, pyromancers, anything that can cast a spell. I hate on this build. It's ridiculous. Because if you use Iron Flesh, you can't dodge to save your life. And I was actually really lucky right there. Because if Iron Flesh didn't go away right then, I would not have been able to dodge that. The host would have been alive. I would have just gotten smacked in the face. And I don't know why he ran off the edge. But whatever. More souls for me. No complaints. So I invaded this guy. He's going solo. Give him a nice wave. He runs in circles. Whatever. I don't know. I do it too sometimes. And I'm slowly walking towards him. And right there, actually, is something I learned about Iron Flesh. I learned that if you do a jumping attack, that you cover the same amount of distance as you would if it was a regular jumping attack without Iron Flesh on. Now, that means weapons that have jumping attacks built into their movesets, like some of the Black Knight weapons, and actually I think the, oh, that's another downfall of the build right there, though. It's Fat Roll. You really can't dodge roll. Anyway, weapons that have things like that built into their movesets, jumping attacks, and I believe the Butcher's Knife's running attack, I believe, lets you run at full speed. Now, that attack right there, before he got me with that backstab, the attack I got on him, where it deflected, I don't know if that 718 was because it deflected and I hit him, or because of the Leo ring worked as a counter. I'm not really sure. I do know that they do work together, the Leo ring and Iron Flesh. They can work together. And I don't think I have it in this video. I think it was the day before I started recording for it, when I was still practicing and getting used to it. And by it, I mean the build. I actually was fighting a guy, and I hit him with the counter, like, immediately before he hit me. And I got the counter attack with that, with the Leo Ring's extra damage. And then he hit me, and I love that. That guy got me good. He's actually one of my friends, and we fight a few times in this, and he gets me off that cliff of... It's embarrassing. He gets me off that cliff more than I should have allowed. What was I saying? I don't remember. Well, right there you see me fat rolling through the Crystal Soul arrows. So yes, it is entirely possible. And it's got a little bit of lag on that, but 800 something damage, no complaints. And I remembered what I was saying before. The Leo Ring and Iron Flesh, they can work together, because the other day I was fighting a guy, and I hit him with a counter, his attack deflected, and I hit him again. So the first hit did about 750 because of the Leo Ring, and then the second hit did another 600 something because his attack was deflected. So that was really kind of cool that I only took about 100 something damage, and I did a lot more to him. So that was kind of cool, in my opinion. So got some gankers. They backed off, so I decided to heal. And they backed off because there's another guy in here with me who poisoned the one that the host summoned in, and now he's gone. And my friend, my Forest Hunter bro, is with me, and the host backs off the edge. I don't know. And he indicts me because he backed off the edge. I don't know, I just think that's funny when people do that. So, next we got a guy using the Dragon Greatsword, and I was having some real issues when I was talking about this. I kept saying, when I was talking about it with my friends, I kept saying that he was using the Dragon King Great Axe. I don't know why. And I don't know, there's no good way to explain that. I was tired, I guess. But anyway, even the Dragon Great Axe deflects off of Iron Flesh. So that's definitely really cool. Now, the only issue I can see with that, the only issue I can see with that really is with the fact that a few weapons don't deflect off of it, like the Great Lord Greatsword doesn't deflect, and actually the Claymore, if you have any form of buff on it, won't deflect. Also, the Gargoyle's Halberd doesn't deflect either, but one of the heaviest weapons in the game does, so I don't know, that doesn't make much sense to me. They probably should have that looked at, and again, I drive a guy off the edge. So, getting back at it with Yin Yang, summoned him in for a few fights just because we can, and, you know, just having fun with it. And I fought him a good amount of times. He started to get used to my playstyle with this build, and he definitely knows how to counter me on this build. Keeping that shield up, man, I don't know. Something about this build, when people keep their shield up when they're fighting me in this build, there's really not much that I can do about it. Because I don't have enough stamina to keep hitting them to break their guard. They're just standing there not doing anything, and get bored easily. I don't have the patience to wait for them to start attacking me. I mean, I guess that's what I would have to do because I can't get around them to backstab them just because I'm so slow. Like, there's really nothing I can do about it. And, I mean, it's a great way to counter me with this build, I suppose, but, man, it shouldn't work that good. And we got him in again, and I'm pretty sure I embarrassed myself in this one. Pretty sure that I do. But, oh well. It's all fun. No need to get worked up over a game, right? Honestly, I think it's more funny when I die in this game than anything. Just because it's usually something extremely stupid on my part that causes it. And right there I do the running attack with the pike. And actually I hit him with a 780 right there. I don't know if that's just because of power within or if that's because of the Leo ring or what, but this build hits high. This build hits it hits high. There's no way around that. But the pike and its running attack, actually, it's really funny because there's something about it I didn't know. I didn't know if you hit someone with it, you can push them back and pin them against a wall. So I invaded the other day before, and actually this guy right here, he starts to summon in someone, and I'm like, okay, no, that's not happening, I'm getting involved. So, 527, that's nice. Break his guard, poke him, take the hit, and poke him again. And, you know, if you're having a duel with someone and there's another guy waiting for you, who cares? Let him, I mean, come on, just finish with the one guy. If the guy's waiting, if the other guy is waiting for you, I mean, he obviously, if he wanted to interrupt you and just gank you like that, he would have done that as soon as he got there instead of sitting back and waiting. So I don't understand why people go and do that after someone waits there. But anyway, I was saying something, and I don't remember what. Something about something. Oh well. Not very important, apparently. So, he gets me, we're back at it. I mean me and Yin Yang, we're back at it. And he gets me with a backstab. He's using the Hornet Ring. And honestly, I don't mind that he's using the Hornet Ring. I mean, so what? It's not like we, like, purposely set up matches. Sorry about that. I'm getting over a little bit of a cold. It's not like we purposely set up matches, set up rules for them. It's just like, hey, you want to fight? Sure. Anything goes? Yeah, sure. So, whatever. Who cares? I mean, yeah, if you're doing some setup, organized form of dueling, if you're in a tournament or something, then yeah. I mean, obviously you're going to have rules. And right there, actually, I learned that you can block the bow, or not block the bow, but block lightning bolts with a shield if they're fired from a standard crossbow instead of a lightning one, which I thought was interesting. And that guy, well, no buffs and light weapons. That's just a bad idea against this build, because I'll just counter you all day long. So get him with that jumping attack at a 708, because he's trying to parry me, because, well, it's a good idea trying to parry me. And he gets around me with the backstab. You know, no big deal. And getting back at it. And honestly, I think it was this one. It was this one. He counters me. And by countering me, I mean, like, the way he fights me this time is essentially countering me, and my build specifically, in a really good way. He's using the Silver Knight shield, so it's got the highest stability of the parrying shields, and he knows that I can only attack a certain amount of times because my stamina bar is low. So he just waits it out. I mean, I can't attack fast enough or for enough times to break his guard, I can't really do anything about it. It makes me helpless, honestly. So there's another downfall to this build. So far we've got its lack of ability to fight people who use magic when you're using Iron Flesh, because they have a habit of sort of, well, screwing you over, I suppose, is the best way to put it. You can't really fat roll dodge anything, just because the nature of fat rolling. You are put on a timer, really, if you use Power Within, and that's really not always the best idea, which I found out the hard way. And you can only attack a certain amount of times per full stamina bar. In this case, it's 4, which is really not enough for anything. Like, as far as guard breaking, it's not enough. It just doesn't cut it. So, fighting off this guy, he's using some pyromancies, he's pretty much destroying me. And I missed with my running attack, and Power Within ate me, ate through all my health. It was a bad idea to use it there. Just a horrible, horrible idea. But, whatever. It's a game. You learn. It's fun. It's all fun. That's what matters. And this build actually was really a lot of fun. Just getting all those high hits, getting all the rage messages I did it was hilarious. I mean, that's really all I can say about it. It was hilarious. I easily got probably 20, 30 rage messages within the couple hours that I spent playing on this build. And it was great. Just people messaging me, complaining about the fact that their attacks are being deflected off of my Iron Flash, asking why they're being deflected, because they have no idea what Iron Flash is. I mean, I had one guy call me a hacker because he did not know what Iron Flash was. And, I don't know, it's funny. I mean, aside from the fact that he was ganking and had to complain and just, I don't know. I just think it was funny, and I love that kill right there. And that was just great on his part. We ended up killing each other, but he embarrassed me. So, of course, I'll put it in the video. I like it, putting the embarrassing kills of my embarrassing deaths, rather, in the videos. Just because they're funny. You can never die in a normal way, it seems. Like, I've been killed with a firebomb. A guy invaded me, and he went to use Lloyd's Talisman to keep me from healing, even though I wasn't going to anyway. He ended up backstabbing me, and then he went to use the Lloyd's to keep me from healing when I got up. And, whatever, not a big deal. But instead of having the Lloyd's in the place, he accidentally put in a black firebomb, and didn't notice it until he threw it. And he messaged me this after, saying that he accidentally used a firebomb instead of a Lloyd's, and he seriously thought that he had the Lloyd's in his slot. But whatever. So yeah, this build is slow. This guy decides that I'm so slow that he should taunt me, and I go and poke him in the face. Well deserved. I get the backstab, which is also well deserved. But Power Within kind of kills him. So, whatever. Give him the look skyward just because he taunted me. This guy here, actually, I fought him the other day, I think, and maybe it was in the first video, I don't remember. Maybe it was the day before I started recording, but I'm pretty sure I fought this guy, and I'm pretty sure he might have been ganking. Either way, just a iron golem, whatever you want to call it. Little, I don't know, role-playing thing? I don't know. That'd probably be fun, though, to do, actually. To do that and have someone, just a set of duels, doing that, and someone dressed as Iron Tarkus. just having some fights up in Sense Fortress. I think that'd be kind of fun. I don't know. Might have to do that sometime. But anyway. Yeah, this guy's using the Moonlight Greatsword. Kinda hurts quite a bit. And I'm kind of failing to get counters on him. I don't know why, but certain things really don't get countered very easily, which is strange. The Moonlight Greatsword I found is really hard to get a counter on. A few other things, a couple of pyromancies actually. The Fire Surge pyromancy, the flamethrower one, where you're pretty much holding out your hand, shooting out a flamethrower stream flame thing. That one, if you attack someone when they're doing that and they're just holding it out, it doesn't count as a counterattack, which I thought was interesting because it's pretty much a constant attack. So you would think that of all things you could attack them at any point and it would count as a counter, but it doesn't count at all. I don't know. A few other things that I've had a few issues getting counterattacks on. The Claymore. I don't know why, but on a couple of occasions the counterattacks should have been there, but they just never did the amount of damage that they should have. I don't know, maybe my timing was just bad. Whatever, doesn't really matter much. Yeah. So, get taken out by Yin Yang again. He's a good fighter. And we got this Pyromancer. And I was really afraid he was just going to start spamming Great Combustion at me, because that would have just taken me out. I wouldn't have had a chance. But I don't think he knows what he's doing. And I say that because he does this. Comes up and tries to cast Firestorm? Yeah. But anyway, that's that. Last fight. Take him out at range. Good stuff. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.